medical bills, that is not your responsibility. That is not your responsibility unless, of course, you're married and you've sat down with your partner. There's no reason why you should be forking out money, because the one thing about it is that, especially with lesbian relationships, most of these relationships don't work out, and now the kids and yourself have invested so much, whether it's time, money, feelings, everything, and then you guys break up. The resentment will be real. Imagine paying. Welcome everybody back to my channel. How y'all doing? And those who don't know, I am Izzle, and this is basically a channel about me and my thoughts and everything in between. But welcome back. Thank you so much for those who are my very few subscribers who like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you very much. And to the new people, please also like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I try to strive for great content, but life has been happening, and yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. But today we are back. I'm back. I'm hopefully energized, because today I've got a topic that I'd like to speak to for my little studs, my little LGBTQ masculine presenting ladies. Please come closer, because today this video is about dating femmes with kids. All right, I think I've spoken in the part in general dating femmes. I've mentioned a couple of things about kids and all that, but this is also like a story time, as well as just a pointer on the do's and the don'ts about dating women with children. Basically, women with children, whether you are a femme who doesn't have a child and you're dating a stud that has a child, or vice versa. Either way, if your partner has a child or children, plural, this video is for you, and just basically talking about the do's and the don'ts. Do you like my eyebrows? I love them. Anyway, let's just get into this video. Number one, this is basically the biggest rule about dating somebody with a child. Okay, and if you're a feminine lesbian person and you're dating a female, that child came from somewhere. That child either came from some interaction with a guy, unless of course she went into a clinic and bought the sperm in a test tube and inseminated herself. There is a father, meaning you are not the father. Rule number one. Always remember. I see these little baby studs. For me, in my younger days, I did date somebody with children, and for some reason I felt like I needed to fill that father role. Mistake number one, because one, I'm not a man. Two, that is not my job, and that's not what I'm there for. Me dating this lady or woman has nothing to do with me playing a role of the father in a relationship. Don't do it. Don't take it upon yourself to fill in that role. That is not your role to fill. These children, or the child, has a father. If they do not have a relationship, then I understand that. Then the parent, the biological parent that is in the parent's life, should be able to basically be that person for that child. The reason being is that you are dating the woman. Your job is to be with that person, not be the father of that. These little studs that are, adopting the kids, you have this attachment, and now the kids are calling you daddy. Hey, I don't know how I feel about that. I just feel like that's not your job. That is not your job, because at the end of the day, one, in the social, especially if you're in Africa, it confuses kids a lot. The best thing for you to do is actually just be you, and be a partner there, but do not put a title that the kids need to call you a certain type of name. They will call you that name eventually when they come around to it. But first and foremost, you are not the father, okay? That brings me to number 2. Because you are not the father, financial responsibility of these kids is not yours. You are not entitled, you are not even supposed to even ask. You are not involved in the financial. This person that you're with had these children. You probably met them with kids, unless of course you met this person pregnant and you were present from birth. You are not financially responsible for those children. The biological parent, is responsible for the children, and the father, wherever the father, baby daddy may be, is responsible for the children. If you'd like to buy something for the kids, rather ask the mom first before you put up that expectation, because kids have a lot of expectations. They grow to start thinking that, okay, so mommy doesn't get me this, so mommy's girlfriend's gonna get me this, and it becomes a priority to them that you as a second parent are going to start prioritizing buying them stuff. I'm not saying don't buy them toys, sweets, snacks and all that, but the big responsibilities like school fees, medical bills, that is not your responsibility. That is not your responsibility unless of course you're married and you've sat down with your partner. There's no reason why you should be forking out money, because one thing about it is that, especially with lesbian relationships, most of these relationships don't work out, and now the kids and yourself have invested so much, whether it's time, money, feelings, everything, and then you guys break up. The resentment will be real. Imagine paying school fees for someone in a private school, and then you break up, and then you're like, I want my money back. Are you gonna ask for the money back? Are you? No. You know what I mean? So you are not financially responsible for the children. Let that be the biological parents' problem and the baby daddy's problem. Basically, you can chip in here and there, but it's not. Don't kill yourself. It's not yours, right? Number 3, you are not the disciplinarian parent. Okay, your job in the partnership as a parent, as a second step parent, is leave the discipline to the biological parent. The reason being is that when things get tense, your parenting style and their parenting style is different. All right, you can tell that there are some nasty kids that you look and say, this child just needs a beating, but the biological parents does not beat their child. That does not give you the right to go and beat the child, because now you're going to put that mother in a place whereby they now need to choose between you and their kid, and 100 times out of, unless of course she's crazy, she will choose her child, and that will put a rift, and then you look like the villain, and the child will also see you as a villain as well in their life, and that causes trauma. So whatever, if the child is disrespecting you, or is naughty, or is not listening to you when you ask them to do something, direct it to the biological parent and tell them, listen, your child does this and I don't like it, please address it. Let them handle the disciplining. Don't involve yourself, because at the end of the day you will be villainized, because blood is thicker than water, and you are just a passenger in this car that is a parent car. Okay, all right. Number 4, I think this should have been number 1.1, but the biggest rule on dating somebody with a child is, if you are not ready to have a child in your life, be it just socially, just seeing the child once in a while and stuff, and or just in general, just having a child around you, do not have a relationship with somebody with a child, because that is that person's world. That child is not going anywhere, and that child is going to be there, and it's and he or she is part of the parent's life or day-to-day life. All right. So if you're not ready, or cannot stand kids, or you're not ready to be around children and be PG, You know what I mean? Because being around kids means dropping a few behaviors, such as maybe you curse too much, you love using the F word, or you drink, or you smoke. There's some things that you can't do in front of kids. If you're not ready to kind of like compromise and leave that out, then I suggest that you just don't. Or you can date a person, but ask not to be introduced to the kids until you are ready, because it's a two-way street. Because I believe that if you are a single parent and you're dating, you just don't introduce your kids to everybody that you date. So whoever you introduce your kids to, you have thought about it, and you now think it's time for those kids or the kid to meet the partner. So the same way it should be with the partner that's meeting the kids, that are you ready to be part of that child's life or those children's life? And if you can't answer that question, my advice is just stay away. Just stay away, because you are going to mess it up, and that's not good on the kids, because kids need stability and they need consistency. And if you're not about to provide any of the two, then just leave it. And number 5, and the final thing. So you're gonna ask me, okay, so I can't be a parent, I can't discipline, I can't do this, so what's my role in the whole dynamic family? Let's just say you've been dating for 4 years and you guys are serious, just staying together. Now the kids know you're actually living together. What is your role as a stud in that relationship? I'll tell you. It's very simple. Keep the mom happy. Keep the biological parent happy. A happy parent equals happy kids. When kids see that their parent is genuinely happy and is not mistreated, they tend to copy and mirror the feelings and attitude that the mom has on you, and they kind of adopt it. Unless, of course, they're teenagers, you meet them as teens and they're going through their own hormonals, then that's another story, because teenagers are assholes. You know what I mean? They're going through a lot of things, and trust me, you need to just give them space and let them come around to liking you. But the smaller kids, 0 to 12, basically your role is just to make the biological parent happy. If you make her happy, they will follow suit, and soon you'll be a happy family. Just give that woman lots of love, rub her feet, you know what I mean? Like, let her do the parenting, but take off the stress of the other stuff that's not parenting. Like, cook for them, or you want to do the cleaning, or you want to do like drive the kids to school or something. Just help her. Ask her what would make her life a bit easier in terms of some of the roles as a parent. It doesn't have to be big roles. You know what I mean? Just maybe dressing up a kid would help while she's taking a shower. You know what I mean? But keep that woman happy, and the kids will mirror it as well. Okay, it's not easy. That brings me to my story time that I think will be part 2. If you like the story time, I will, because I also went through a relationship whereby there were kids involved. A lot of them, 5 actually. Yes, so if you guys want that story time of when I dated or was in a relationship with a woman with 5 kids, comment down below, say yay, please. And then I will make another video in regards to that. Yeah, let you know how I dealt with so many children. It wasn't easy, but I made it. Anyway, that's my video for today, guys. I'm just putting it out there. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next video. Hope all your studs learn something. You know, as you grow older, you are going to meet people with baggages, and most of those baggages are children. You can't run away from it, unless, of course, you have your own. But other than that, that's how life is. So till the next video, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all 60 something of yours. Thank you so much, guys. Please share my videos. If you don't share, then I don't grow, and then like I'm stuck here still doing this. I love it. I'm joking, but anyway, peace out.